Scorpio, don't scroll away. Because before July 9th comes to an end, the universe may reveal something you've been waiting for far longer than you realize. Not everyone will notice these signs. Some people will dismiss them as coincidence. Others won't recognize them until it's too late. But if you're watching this video, if somehow these words found you today, there's a reason. The spiritual energy surrounding Scorpio right now is unusually intense. As the lingering full moon energy continues to illuminate hidden truths, 3 powerful signs may appear before July 9th ends. And each one carries a message that could completely change the direction of your life. Stay until the end. Because the 3rd sign is the rarest, and many Scorpios say it appeared just hours before their greatest breakthrough. 1. The portal between endings and beginnings, Scorpio. There are moments in life when time itself seems to slow down. Days that feel strangely different. Hours filled with quiet tension. Moments when your soul senses something before your mind can explain it. This is one of those moments. The energy surrounding July 9th isn't random. Spiritually, it represents a doorway, not a physical one, but an energetic threshold between what no longer belongs in your life and what your higher self has been preparing to receive. You may have felt unusually emotional lately. Maybe you've been waking up in the middle of the night. Perhaps memories you thought were long forgotten suddenly returned. Old relationships may have crossed your mind. Dreams may feel more vivid. Synchronicities seem impossible to ignore. For many people, these experiences mean nothing. But Scorpio is different. Your sign naturally feels invisible energy long before it becomes visible reality. Ruled by Pluto, the planet of transformation, you were born to walk through endings that eventually become miraculous beginnings. And that's exactly why these next hours matter. The lingering full moon energy continues to reveal what has remained hidden. Imagine standing beside a calm lake at night. The moonlight reflects perfectly across the water. Every ripple exposes something beneath the surface that daylight never could. Your life is entering that same reflection. Things you've questioned, people you've doubted, dreams you've almost abandoned. Everything is becoming clearer. But clarity isn't always comfortable. Sometimes the universe removes confusion before it delivers blessings. Sometimes it creates silence before speaking. Sometimes it asks you to release what feels familiar, so it can replace it with something extraordinary. Scorpio often mistakes this silence as rejection. But spiritually, silence is rarely empty. It is preparation. Have you noticed certain people pulling away recently? Conversations becoming shorter, plans unexpectedly changing, doors quietly closing. Don't immediately assume you're losing something valuable. Sometimes the universe closes a door because it can already see the storm behind it. Protection often looks like disappointment in the beginning. Only later do we realize it was divine timing. This is why many Scorpios are feeling emotionally stretched right now. Part of your soul is grieving what no longer fits. Another part is quietly preparing for a life you've never experienced before. And that inner conflict creates powerful spiritual pressure. Like a seed buried beneath the soil. Nothing appears to be happening. Yet beneath the surface, everything is changing. Your transformation doesn't need public approval. It doesn't require anyone else's understanding. The universe isn't asking you to prove your worth. It's asking you to trust your becoming. Because before July 9th ends, the first powerful sign may appear not as a miracle falling from the sky, but as an unmistakable feeling that something inside you has finally stopped resisting the future. And once that happens, everything else begins to move. 2. The full moon is revealing what was hidden. Scorpio. As the 7-7 portal continues to open, another powerful force begins to rise, the full moon. This isn't random timing. Spirit often combines powerful energies to create breakthroughs that would never happen otherwise. The portal awakens your soul, But the full moon shines its light on everything your soul is finally ready to see. That is why some of you may feel emotional without knowing why. Old memories may suddenly return. People from the past may reach out. Dreams may become incredibly vivid. Your intuition may whisper messages that feel impossible to ignore. Don't fear any of this. These are signs that hidden energy is finally coming to the surface. For far too long, you have carried emotional weight that was never yours to keep. You forgave people who never apologized. You stayed loyal when others walked away. You remained silent. While your heart carried wounds no one could see, the universe saw every tear, every disappointment, every lonely night when you wondered if things would ever change. And now, the 7/7 portal and the full moon are working together to release those invisible chains, not because you deserve revenge, but because you deserve freedom. Scorpio, you cannot step into your hidden destiny while carrying the pain of your old identity. This full moon is asking you, what are you finally ready to let go of? Fear, self-doubt, a relationship that no longer reflects your worth, or perhaps the belief that you must struggle before receiving blessings. The universe is inviting you to choose differently, because your next chapter cannot be written with yesterday's fears. Listen carefully over the next few days, not with your ears, but with your spirit. The answers you've been chasing may arrive through a conversation, a dream, a coincidence, or a sudden feeling that changes everything. Scorpio is one of the few signs that receives guidance through intuition before physical proof appears. Trust that gift. Even if nobody else understands what you're feeling, the universe isn't asking you to explain your journey. It's asking you to honor it. Every ending you've experienced was quietly redirecting you toward something greater. Every delay was protecting divine timing. Every heartbreak was creating space for a love, a purpose, and a version of yourself that could never exist without transformation. So tonight, when you look at the full moon, don't only see light in the sky, see a mirror, a reminder that no matter how dark life becomes, your light was never lost. It was simply waiting for the perfect moment to shine. And Scorpio, that moment is much closer than you think. 3. Your hidden destiny is finally awakening. Scorpio, there comes a moment in every soul's journey when everything begins to make sense, not because life suddenly becomes easy, but because you finally understand why every chapter had to happen. That moment is closer than you realize. The 7/7 portal isn't creating your destiny. It is revealing the destiny that has always existed within you, long before this day arrived. Your soul agreed to walk a path of transformation. You were never meant to follow the crowd. You were meant to break cycles, to heal generational wounds, and to become the person others find hope through. That's why your journey has often felt lonely. Not because you were forgotten, but because your purpose required growth before recognition. Scorpio, the universe has been watching your patience. It has seen every time you refused to give up, even when no one believed in you. It has witnessed every silent prayer, every hidden tear, and every moment you chose faith instead of fear. Nothing has been wasted. Every lesson, every delay, every unexpected ending has been shaping the strength your destiny requires. Now, the energy surrounding you is beginning to shift. You may notice unexpected opportunities appearing. A conversation could open a new door. An idea you've ignored for months may suddenly feel impossible to forget. Or someone may enter your life, bringing exactly the encouragement you've been waiting for. Don't dismiss these moments as coincidence. The universe often whispers before it shouts. Small signs lead to life-changing miracles. This is why your intuition feels stronger than ever. You are becoming spiritually aligned with the path that has always belonged to you. But remember, every blessing arrives with a choice. Will you continue listening to the voice of fear, or will you trust the quiet voice that keeps telling you? 3. Powerful sign number 2. The door you thought was closed begins to open, Scorpio. The second powerful sign before July 9th ends may appear in the place where you've experienced the most disappointment. Ironically, the breakthrough you've been praying for may come through the very area of life where you almost gave up. For some Scorpios, it will be connected to money. For others, a career opportunity, a relationship, a family situation, or a dream you've quietly carried in your heart for years. The universe has an unusual way of working. It often waits until your attachment begins to fade before it delivers what you've been asking for. Not because it's testing you, but because your spirit is finally ready to receive without fear controlling the outcome. Think of an eagle soaring high above the mountains. It doesn't fight every gust of wind. It uses the wind to rise even higher. That's the lesson unfolding for you now. The resistance you've been facing wasn't always standing in your way. Sometimes it was preparing your wings. The lingering full moon energy is still illuminating hidden truths, exposing what has been quietly developing behind the scenes. While you've been questioning why nothing seemed to move, invisible pieces have been falling perfectly into place. You couldn't see them, because not every miracle begins where human eyes can reach. Some begin in silence. Some begin in unseen conversations. Some begin in hearts changing without your knowledge. Some begin the moment you decide to stop forcing what no longer aligns with your soul, Scorpio. Have you noticed how life sometimes becomes strangely quiet just before everything changes? It feels almost uncomfortable. The phone is silent. Nothing exciting seems to happen. The days feel ordinary. But spiritually, this quiet season is never empty. It is sacred. It's the universe creating space. Imagine trying to pour fresh water into a cup that's already full. Nothing new can enter. Sometimes life removes distractions before it delivers direction. This is why some relationships have faded. Some plans have been delayed. Some answers have taken longer than expected, not because you've been forgotten, but because your path has been quietly rearranged. And then, without warning, a single conversation changes everything. One unexpected email, one chance meeting, one decision, one opportunity you never saw coming. Many people call it luck. Scorpio knows better. It is divine timing when this second sign appears. Don't allow fear to convince you that you're unprepared. Your soul has been training for this moment. Long before your mind realized it, you have survived heartbreak that should have broken you. You have walked through uncertainty while carrying hope no one else could see. You have transformed pain into wisdom. That wisdom is now becoming your greatest magnet, because abundance doesn't always arrive as money. Sometimes abundance arrives as peace, as clarity, as freedom, as finally knowing where you belong. And here's the beautiful truth. The universe isn't asking you to become someone different before your blessings arrive. It is asking you to believe that the version of yourself standing here today is already worthy before July 9th ends. Watch carefully. The second sign may not look dramatic to everyone else, but to your spirit, it will feel like a locked door quietly clicking open. And once that happens, the third and final sign will begin to reveal itself. The rarest sign of all. The one many Scorpios remember for the rest of their lives. Not because everything has already happened, but because the universe is confirming that you're finally walking in harmony with your highest timeline. Remember, Scorpio is the sign of death and rebirth, not physical death, but the endless cycle of becoming stronger, wiser, and more authentic. Every version of you that had to fall apart made room for the version that is now ready to rise. This isn't the end of your story. It is the beginning of a chapter your soul has been waiting to write. Believe it, receive it, and step forward without fear. Because sometimes The greatest miracle isn't the life that suddenly changes around you. It's the person you've become while waiting for it, Scorpio. If this message found you today, don't take it as a promise of guaranteed events or exact predictions. Instead, receive it as an invitation to pause, reflect, and move through these days with greater awareness, hope, and intention. Before you go, close your eyes for just a moment. Take a slow, deep breath. Place your hand over your heart and repeat these words with faith. I release what no longer serves my highest good. I trust divine timing, even when I cannot see the path ahead. My heart is open to wisdom, peace, and new beginnings. I welcome opportunities that align with my highest purpose. I am protected. I am guided. I am transforming. I receive every blessing meant for me with gratitude and courage. And so it is. If this message resonated with your spirit, write "I am ready" in the comments below. Your words may become a reminder, not only to yourself, but to someone else who needs hope today. And if you keep seeing signs, meaningful coincidences, or moments of unexpected clarity before July 9th ends, pay attention. Sometimes the universe doesn't shout. Sometimes it simply whispers. Until next time, Scorpio. Protect your energy. Trust your intuition. Keep your heart open. And remember, your greatest transformation is often happening long before the world can see it. Scorpio. Before you go, if this message spoke to your heart, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and share it with another Scorpio who may need this message today. And I'd love to hear from you in the comments. Type "I am ready" if you're choosing to trust the universe and welcome the blessings meant for you. Your comment might be the sign of hope someone else has been waiting to see. Thank you for spending this sacred moment with me. Until our next journey together, stay protected, stay awakened, and keep trusting your intuition. The universe is always working behind the scenes, even when you can't see it yet. See you in the next video. Scorpio Sparkle.